Hey everyone, Chomp here with an Among Us guide for general imposter gameplay. Are you ready to learn how to consistently win as an imposter in Among Us? Today we're going to go over the basics of the game, the mechanics available to an imposter, decisions for all sabotage options, and common situations where you can pull off successful kills. Now let's start with the very basics. Here's where you skip to the imposter mechanics section if you've played the game before. Among Us is a party game of teamwork and betrayal for 4 to 10 players. There are 2 types of characters in the game, crewmates and imposters. The crewmates can win by completing all of their ship tasks, indicated by the giant taskbar, or figuring out which players are the imposters and voting them off the ship. But no. Forget the crewmates. This is a guide for the imposter role. Imposters win by eliminating enough of the crewmates or destroying the ship with a reactor or O2 sabotage. Now let's discuss all mechanics available to imposters. First up is the kill button. This allows imposters to eliminate other players. At the start of the game, the cooldown is always 10 seconds, but after any voting occurs, the cooldown is set to whatever the in-game lobby setting is. This can be anywhere from 10 seconds to 60 seconds. When an imposter has any dialogue open, such as the emergency button, or when the imposter is in an event, the kill cooldown is frozen. This is super important. Try not to freeze the cooldown for a long time sitting in an interface. The next mechanic exclusive to imposters is venting. There are various vents around the maps. Imposters are able to enter these vents to hide or quickly travel around the map. While inside the vent, the kill cooldown is frozen. Also, vents have certain connections and only the Mira map has all vents connected. I will go more in depth on the different vent connections and strategies on other map focused guides. The final mechanic is Sabotage. Imposters have the ability to compromise the ship, called Sabotage. This creates a problem that crewmates must either wait out, ignore, or fix. Imposters are still able to fix the sabotage themselves, and emergency meetings cannot be called until the problem is fixed. The most consistent usage of sabotage is to delay the crewmates from completing tasks or to deny information by forcing the crew to move to a certain area on the map. Do not sabotage randomly. If you think a kill requires a sabotage to work, then it's probably a risky kill and you should go for a more consistent play. Now let's talk about the types of sabotage and when to use them. The reactor sabotage requires players to simultaneously activate 2 sensors on a certain side of the map before time runs out. This makes the reactor a good option when going for a kill on the opposite side of the map. This sabotage also is generally the farthest away from the emergency button, so it is useful in the final round when imposters need to stall out the crewmates for their final kill. It is not useful for splitting up the crew as the sensors are close together. Because failing to fix the reactor will result in an imposter win, most crewmates will generally head to the reactor and group up. The oxygen or O2 sabotage requires players to enter a code at 2 separate terminals before time runs out. Because the terminals tend to be quite far from each other, this sabotage is a great option for splitting crewmates up. The terminals also tend to be on the side of the ship opposite from reactor, giving the imposter options to send the crew to the left or right side of the ship. The lights sabotage decreases the vision of crewmates until the fuse box for lights are all turned to on. The lower the vision set by the game host, the harder it is to see. Imposter vision is not affected, so the light sabotage can be useful for denying information to larger groups, such as during a stack kill or a double kill. The communications sabotage prevents players from looking at information displays, such as their task map or the admin map. Players must enter codes to communication radios on Mira, or adjust dials to correct frequencies on Polis and the Skeld. In my opinion, this is the weakest sabotage by far. It has some specific uses such as blocking cameras or hiding the taskbar when you fake a task, but other options are generally better. Imposters can also lock doors on the Skeld and Polis. The cooldown of door sabotage is independent of the other cooldowns. Some players think it's useful for separating crewmates, but the door should primarily be used for slowing or impeding the movement of crewmates. For example, if I sabotage the lights on Polis and I want to delay the crew from getting to the fuse box, I would lock the doors near the fuse box. Trying to use the doors to get an isolated kill is dangerous because people can pay attention to who you're with and see you go in the room together. Now I'll go over common situations where kills are consistently successful so you can recognize them in your own games and execute. All of these scenarios have one thing in common. The crewmates cannot find the body immediately, so the imposters have time to create an alibi. The early kill. To pull off the early kill, you just look for people who linger around the spawn, such as an AFK or someone who's alone at the beginning of the game. This is made possible because when the game starts, the kill cooldown is only 10 seconds, regardless of in-game settings. A lights sabotage can generally help with this kill, due to the fact that most players will immediately run towards the lights and they lose vision. Another advantage of the early kill is that no one has any current in-game information or has buddied up yet, so it's hard to narrow down the correct player to vote off. The double kill. The double kill is a very simple concept. As you can see, my teammate kills when the lights are off, so I kill the other crewmate to prevent them from finding a body. Ideally, both imposters kill at the same time. The double kill is strong because you remove 2 crewmates from the game, and players are usually not in groups larger than 4. The light sabotage makes the double kill easier to pull off because players will lose vision, not remember who is close to them, and be less likely to react to the first kill. The isolated kill. To execute, kill when the crewmate is in an isolated location. In the clip, I know cafeteria is isolated because that is where the round starts and everyone has moved on except Pink. Because isolated locations are areas that not many go to, it will take a while for the crew to find the body. This kill is good to go for if your imposter teammate often wastes sabotages or you are the only imposter left. The vent kill. The vent kill is executed by killing a crewmate and immediately hopping into a close vent to escape. You can also hop out of the vent, kill, and hop back into the vent quickly. The vent kill is good for situations where someone lags behind a group. Unlike other kills, the crewmates will probably find this body quickly, but because of your speedy use of the vents, they will have no idea who it is. The cross map kill. Sabotage the opposite side of the map. Complete your kill, and then immediately walk towards the sabotage. This prevents the crew from finding the body because they should all be heading to deal with the sabotage, allowing you to blend in. Ideal sabotages are oxygen and reactor because the crewmates are forced to fix them or else they lose the game, meaning most crewmates will probably move. When the body is found, make sure to remember who you were fixing the sabotage with and present your alibi. The stack kill. When a lot of players are standing on top of each other, such as this common task in the clip, kill in the giant stack. Because so many players are on top of each other, no one can see who the killer was. I recommend not reporting the body as you might get blamed. The light sabotage can be useful for this kill because it denies vision from the crewmates, causing them to forget who is in the stack and who was close to them. Great places to go for stack kills are at common tasks near the spawn, and at the electrical terminal, where everyone goes to fix lights. Now you're ready to dominate some Among Us lobbies as an imposter. Thanks so much for watching my guide. It was one of my first and I cannot wait to make more. If you enjoy live content, I stream on Twitch every day at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, except Thursday and Friday. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for future guides. Easy clap.